Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a round in the newly buffed Gelgoog Marine Commander type. I also decided to mess with the colors a little bit. I feel like the tan should be a little bit darker, but otherwise I like what I got with it. But yeah, they gave it a fairly decent stat tweak, gave it the mid-air boost skill, and also improved its Gatling gun considerably. I believe it's got more power and almost double the range. So, had a couple of really good rounds with it. This is one of them. It does not start particularly well, as you can see from this prototype Gundam, laying into me. Number 5 tried to back me up, but unfortunately it is 3-on-2. And since we were fighting one at a time functionally, it just did not work. So I'm down. I think number 5 is down. The rest of the team is starting to take notice, but yeah. Like I said, rough start with this one, but it definitely picks up. But yeah, I hadn't run this in forever. I'm using the beam machine gun because I'm me. It's, an almost as good version of the Yoga Jaeger's rifle, basically. It has a good burst fire, and it has a charged shot that works like most charged beam rifle shots. Stuns on contact. And yeah, now I just spawned in at the wrong time and place, and 5 is here to help again, which again is good because I need it. Downswing got a little bit out of hand there, but it's not a big deal. I will not lie and say I was not feeling a little bit frustrated at that point because it really felt like, I appreciate the backup, but yeah, 5 and I were kind of tripping over each other at the beginning of the round. That said, I can't. Ow! Forgot I got killed on that spawn that quickly. But yeah, I can't really. Oh, I missed that on the first time too. Through 2 words. But yeah, when you and another player are following each other really close, things can happen. But I'd rather have the backup than not, because we've seen what happens when you don't have the backup. So, but looks like everybody is getting a little bit, more geographically aligned here. That's good. Got out of the range of that proto. Luckily, I was just slightly out of range of that melee swing, so I was able to put some shots into it. I'm trying to work the legs, and number 1 is definitely helping here. So, yeah, very happy with that. And yeah, as you can see, we are doing pretty well now. We're now within 600 points of them after that rough start. So, and high mobility Gelgoog, gonna put a variety of bullets and beams into that. Let's see, hit the shield. Just decided I'd kind of get a little bit of elevation so I could shoot over number 1's shoulder, and that worked out. That's the other nice thing about the burst fire. I mean, as burst fire, it's like you have multiple chances to hit, and of course, it does not stun allies. So it's a good opportunity to, just sneak in a kill, which is one of my favorite things to do, quite honestly. That was like a half second too soon. I was hoping that would time out correctly. It didn't, but I have spent like a whole, at least minute here, I think, not dead, so that is an improvement. That landed just as that Gaplant TR5's iframes kicked in, which is fine. Again, got the damage, so no complaints there. Tagged it again, but I think somebody else will get the kill. Nope, I managed to get it with the Gatlings. But yeah, as you can see, that is a much better range than they used to have. And this is when I remembered I had Vulcans. I don't think they've tweaked those any. They're not bad, but yeah, the beam rifle and the Gatlings, 9 times out of 10 are enough for me. And I was not expecting that to be a kill, honestly. Let's see, yeah, that's that high-mo Gelgoog, which I managed to stop with enough fire, because, build stun. And yeah, the Proto Gundam, oh, it fell off the bridge. I have done that. I've done that so many times. I am so fortunate that they did that. Because yeah, it was going to go for another downswing on my feet if it hadn't. And this time I got knocked out of the sky by something behind me I wasn't paying enough attention to, so I was hoping to land a mid-air shot on that Proto Gundam, but did not work out. But yeah, that was also me using a little bit of the mid-air boost skill it has now. I really find that very, very useful a lot of the times, just to be able to reposition and hit things in the air or, change where you're landing, things like that can be very, very useful. Just like anything that, messes with your enemy's expectations is going to be useful. Sometimes if you don't have that air boost or air jump skill, sometimes just hitting the crouch button and zipping to the ground faster will be very effective too. So just, all kind of depends on the situation and the tools you have available. Yeah. There's that proto, which, let's see, and yeah, 5 is in trouble. I can only provide so much support because it is a 4-on-1. Was hoping to go after that Gaza. I think it's a E. Might be a G. I cannot keep those straight. But yeah, got sidetracked by the Gelgoog. Luckily, 5 is still alive. So, apologies. I could not be that more support directly, but at least I think I managed to pull off, along with the rest of the team, some of the people who were hassling them. So looks like 5 has abandoned their suit, and here comes somebody. There's people on the left and right with very low health. There goes one, and I don't remember if I get the other one or not, but I'm certainly going to try because that is what I do. Beams and Gatling. This might be the one where somebody else where number 1 finishes it. Yep. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, as you can see, we are a little bit better coordinated. We are, helping each other out, which I should be doing more of. But see, and that Gelgoog, yeah, that High-Mo Gelgoog was absolutely ready for me to do what I just did. And this is all my fault entirely. I got isolated from the team. I got distracted by a shiny object, and now I am in, very bad shape. Yeah, I decided. It looks like I think I may have gotten them to pull back a little bit by just bringing out my beam saber. But yeah, I was, like I said, I got isolated. It was bad. And with 45 seconds left, we've got a 3,000 point lead, and hopefully it will be enough. I don't actually remember how this one came out. I just remember that it was good. Had one before this where I did almost as well, but also just the team lost by about 6,000 points. So was happy to get this one immediately afterwards, which worked out better for everyone. Also, that last one, though, I'm just kind of tempted to keep because there's just some of... I think I hit like 2 or 3 things with support fires. Best support fire I've landed in forever. Okay, number 1 is in trouble. I'm going to see if I can help. Not sure. Okay, 1 is still here. Or 1 is not still here. And pulled back with the forced injectors, managed to get a Vulcan kill in, and now stayed alive till the very end. So, yeah, I think we won it, and I think it was a pretty close score. We did, in fact, win it. So, yeah. All right, what do we got? 48.75 for me. Yeah, we won by, like, probably that 1 kill I just made. It was very... We might have won if I hadn't made that, but nice to have the buffer. So, yeah, 79,000 damage, 9 and 4. I am very happy with that. So, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so the changes they've made, close range part slots, it went from 7 to 9 at level 1. I was using a level 2 here, incidentally. Mid-range parts went from 11 to 12. Long-range parts went from 14 to 15. Yeah, they gave it Flight Control Program level 2 for the first 2 levels. And level 3 and 4 got Flight Control Program level 3, which does the same thing, but with a little bit more boost efficiency. Speaking of boost efficiency, that little zip back and forth I did would probably not have been possible before the upgrades, because they upped its forced injectors from level 1 to level 2, which is a huge boost in thruster efficiency in terms of redirecting while you're boosting. I think I talk about that in basically every test drive, but yeah, forced injector 2 is really comfortable for me. Force Injector 1 is good in a pinch. Force Injector 2 can let you do some really fancy things. Level 3 got 2,000 more hit points, went from 18,500 to 20,005. Okay, so Yeah, it went from ARM 110 millimeter rapid fire cannon to ARM 110 millimeter rapid fire cannon enhanced. Um, the power per shot went from 150 to 200 with, further growth in upper levels as always. And yeah, the range went from 130 meters to 250. So, like I said, almost double. And ASL range is also higher than the standard arm cannon, which I'm betting is still on the standard Gelgoog Marine, but I could be wrong. Oh, and I forgot they actually did tweak the Vulcans too. An extra 20 damage per shot. It went from 80 to 100. The upper levels got more of that as well. The rate of fire increased, and the swap time also got shortened. So yeah, that basically complete overhaul on the thing. Let's see, and at 450, once again, the general type average win rate is 49.6%. The Cima Gelgoog at level 1 was at 45%. Rival win rate average across generals 50.4. It had 42.5. Wasn't too far down on damage at this level. 65,363 average versus 62,737. So yeah, pretty close. And the amount of MS lost was spot on average for generals, 3.2. At level 2, things get a little bit worse, especially in damage. Average general wins at 500, 50.9%. It had 45.6. Rival win rate 51.8%. It had 36.9. And that probably has a lot to do with the damage dealt probably has a lot to do with that. Average cost generals is 70,003 at cost 500. It was doing 57,000. Yeah, it's a pretty big drop. Matter of fact, I think that's like the largest drop against the average across all 4 levels of the thing. It was, however, still spot on with MS losses at 3.1, which is the average. That changes at level 3. Yeah, the level 3 was not doing particularly great either. 49.4% general type average for wins at 550. The level 3 had 44.9. Flat 50% average rival win for generals, and it had 42.9. It was actually a little bit less down on average damage, 69,581 across all generals. It had 58,034. Still not good, but less not good than the level 2, actually. However, in exchange for that, it was dying a lot more. Like 3.1 is still the average across generals at 550. The average deaths for the Gelgoog Marine Commander 3.6. So yeah, it basically was giving up another half a mobile suit every time. At 600, the level 4, the average win rate for generals at 600, 48.9%. It was at 44.8, not great. Rival wins was similarly bad to some of the other levels. 48% average, 37.9. However, the damage came back up. 70,096 is the average across generals at 600, and it was at 68,029. And the MS losses were not as bad as 550 either. 3.1 still the average, and 3.3 for the level 4 Gelgoog Marine Commander. So I'm gonna assume that it was really benefiting a lot from custom parts at that level, Overtune, because yeah, just some of the others, even though it was not beating its rival very often, all the other stats came back up. But yeah, it is definitely much better now, and that was a lot of fun.